Hello everyone and welcome, my name's Ali, and today I've got a slightly different video for you guys which is going to be focusing predominantly on just your aim, your sensitivity, and some little tips in terms of being as accurate as possible while playing pretty much any Call of Duty within multiplayer, so you're getting your aim on target as quick as possible and you're winning those gunfights. I've got a few general tips for you guys, some tips which you guys may not have thought of before, and then my little sort of secret that I use while I'm playing Call of Duty multiplayer, and also a very cool giveaway which may include a PSVita which you guys can win with little to no effort at all, which is very cool indeed. But first of all, my initial tip is actually to play a bit of combat training before I jump into multiplayer. And it sounds silly, but because Black Ops 2 has a really good combat training system, what I do is I jump onto one of the smallest maps, or the smallest map, Hijacked, and I play against 9 bots, and I have a sniper class set up with either the DSR or the ballista. If you don't like sniper rifles, use the KSG instead, and I go for one-shot kills on the enemy bots, and I try and win a team deathmatch mode as quickly as possible. So it's all about accuracy, it's all about consistency, and it's just a very good way of making sure your aim is consistent before you go into a full multiplayer game, because what you can find is that you jump straight into multiplayer, you don't do very well in your first game, and you continue to do badly because your aim was never properly warmed up when you first jumped on. So it's just a simple tip, but honestly it does help a lot. Now the second thing to do is to try and move your sensitivity up as high as possible. I actually play on 14 now within Black Ops 2 multiplayer, but I actually started off only on 10 when the game first came out. I've been gradually moving up and up, because if you imagine two players getting into a gunfight where they're not looking at each other, and one's playing on say 10 and the other's playing on 14, assuming they're both deadly accurate, the player that's on 14 is always going to win because he can lock onto the enemy quicker than the player that's on 10. Now that, of course, that's just a sort of made up scenario, but the idea is if you're on the highest sensitivity and you can master that sensitivity, you're going to be winning more gunfights. But there's a disadvantage to using a higher sensitivity, and that's the fact that you lose the ability to make slight adjustments, and especially in close gunfights it becomes harder because you're on a very high sensitivity. If you move your control stick a little bit to the left or to the right, you're actually moving a lot more to the left and to the right than if you're on a lower sensitivity. And this is where my little secret comes into play, and I actually use these little add-ons to my control sticks called control freaks. And as you can see on screen here, I've got a row of 4 of them. I actually use the green one on the left, but they vary in height, they vary in design, and the way that they work is that they essentially add length and they add height to your normal control stick length, allowing you to have more subtle movement when you're going left and right, up and down, while keeping the ability to move really quickly on those high sensitivities. So it essentially negates all the negativities of using high sensitivity, so you're allowed to shoot really quickly but still have the ability to make those subtle movements. And it's hard to explain and really show exactly how well they work in action. The only thing I can say is just check out the description where I've got a 10% discount code for you guys. The control freaks aren't very expensive anyway, in fact they're very inexpensive, and with the additional 10% off it means they're even cheaper. And I'm going to have a list in the description of control freaks I think you'll enjoy if you're on the PS3, because they're shaped like a PS3 controller, and if you're on the Xbox I have a separate list because there are lots of different shapes and sizes, and I want to make sure you guys are using the ones that will best suit you. And it'll probably take you a few days to get used to the added length on your control sticks, but once you do get used to it, I can promise you it will help you win more gunfights with the addition of the additional tips I gave you right at the beginning of the video as well. All of this is going to help you a lot, and once you've got a hold of these control freaks and you've given them a go, send me a tweet and let me know how you've got on with them. But finally, I've got an awesome giveaway courtesy of Control Freak, where they just want to give you guys, one of my fans, a PSVita because they are awesome like that. And all you have to do is follow myself and Control Freak on Twitter, and then tweet out the tweet which I actually have in the description of this video. Just click on it, click tweet, and then boom, you're entered into the competition, nice and easy. And then we'll get hold of you through Twitter, probably through a private message or something like that, and we'll let you know who choose one in around a week's time. But definitely get hold of one of those control freaks, start playing combat training before you jump into multiplayer, and try and raise your sensitivity. If you're doing all of those tips, I can guarantee you're going to become a better player, and hopefully you've enjoyed this video. It's been awesome sharing with you guys these tips, and it'd be awesome hearing from you guys how you get on. Make sure you're reading all of the description of this video, because there's going to be several links which you won't see if you don't open up the description box. So make sure you're clicking the open button, you're reading through the whole of the description, and all the extra details will be in there for you guys, including the giveaway and all of that good stuff. But thank you very much for watching, guys. If you haven't seen any of my recent videos, you can click on screen to check them out, and you'll go straight to those videos. Make sure you also follow me on Facebook if you haven't seen me on there as well. I've got updates when all my videos go live through Facebook. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you on my next video.